Is it good now, guys? Can you hear me? Very good. Let's. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are enjoying your Tuesday and ready for lesson. Today we've got the grammar lesson of the second grammar lesson of Unit 1, and we will look at two very special ways to describe past events using used to and would. And we will read the text about India's smartest boy and his quest to cure cancer. And for grammar sport, we will talk about used to and would. And we've got a very practice. And before we start, please find your home task, page 11 of your workbook. Exercise 1 on page 125 of your student's book, and you've got test on your class. And okay, just a moment. And today's quote: success is getting what you want, happiness is wanting what you get. I hope you will I hope you will get what you want and want what you get. And now let's read the text about India's smartest boy, Akrit Jaswal. Are you ready? Physician Akrit Jaswal had a very unusual childhood. He didn't used to play with toys like most children. Instead, he used to read a lot. He could read and write from the age of 2. And what did he used to read a 5-year-old boy? Shakespeare. He also had a passion for science and would read everything he could find about human anatomy. He performed his first operation at the age of 7, treating the badly burned hands of a young girl whose family couldn't afford medical care. This operation was filmed and posted on YouTube, leading to worldwide fame for Akrit. At the age of 12, he was accepted into American University, becoming the youngest person ever to achieve this in India. He studied there for several years and hopes one day to go to Harvard University. He is currently trying to find a cure for cancer. And now let's answer the questions about the text. The first one, did Akrit Jaswal play with toys in his childhood? Please answer my question. No, but he didn't used to play with toys like other children. The second question, what did he used to do instead? Please answer my question, please. Answer to my question. What did he used to do instead? He used to read a lot. The third one, what did he used to read as 5-year-old boy? Shakespeare. And what did he like to read? What did he like to read? He would read everything he could find about human anatomy. All these answers are used with used to or would. And okay, if we had time, we'll watch this video about Akrit Jaswal. But now let's look at this grammar structure in details. We used to and would describe some regular or repeated action or habits in the past, usually when we are comparing the past with the present. Usually either used to and would is possible, so we can say I used to go to school by bus, or I would go to school by bus. In this case, both sentences mean the same thing. And one important thing about used to and would is that we use them when we speak about some actions that do not happen in anymore, and when we are comparing past with the present. For example, I used to have a dog, now I have a cat. This is a difference between past and past simple and used to structure. For example, my grandmother worked as a teacher. She may either continue working or not, but if you use used to, as my grandmother used to work as a teacher, at this moment she's retired. And now let's look at the different forms of these structures. We follow used to and would with infinitive form without to for all persons. For example, he used to read a lot. For negative form, we use auxiliary verb did as for question. And what about would? We avoid using would with questions and negatives. The difference of used to and would. We use used to with the verb of action and state verbs, and with would only with action verb. So would plus verb cannot be to talk about state, about past states. For example, we cannot say I would love reading. We should say he used to love reading. Okay, and I hope it is clear. Let's do the exercise. Complete the sentence with correct form of used to or would. The first sentence, he worked as a journalist for Science magazine. How do you think? What do you think? Used to. Very good, Bilima. The second one, years ago, they go on holidays abroad every winter. In which sentence is either possible? We can use in this sentence used to and would go. Years ago, they used to go or would go on holidays abroad every winter. The next one, that actor have really long hair. Now he's bald. I think it is The Rock. That actor used to have, very good, Bilima. The fourth one, she wear glasses. She became a model. I'm sure she did. Answer. Please form the answer. Did she used or didn't she used to wear? The next one, lots of people follow him on Twitter, but he's not so popular now. Which is suitable, used to or would? Okay, either used to or would. The last one, when I was younger, I was so poor, never accept invitation to go out. When I was younger, I was so poor, never used to accept. Never or would never accept. Okay, the next exercise, decide if the highlighted words in the text below are correct or incorrect. Correct any mistakes in your notebook using the correct form of used to or would, or the past simple where neither is possible. Okay, let's read. For every success story, there is another about someone who used to have it all, then lost it. Let's read the whole text and then correct. One actor would own homes all over the world, including a castle in Germany, but these properties had to be sold to pay his tax bills. A well-known actress and former model didn't used to have money problems. She would enjoy a successful career for many years until a studio won more than $5 million from her when she pulled out of a film. Fortunately for her, after a legal process which used to last 18 months, this decision was overturned. But it is not just film stars who go from rich to rags. Footballer Germany Pennant would be the most expensive teenager in history. He was bought by Arsenal for £2 million, but the troubled young star would often behave rebelliously and score just 3 goals for the club before leaving. Okay, now let's look at the highlighted words and correct if it is mistake. Please, what about the first one? For every success story, there is another about someone who used to have it all. Yes, Bilima, correct. The next one. One actor would own homes all over the world, including castle in Germany. Is it correct or not? If incorrect, yes, incorrect, and it will be used to or would. Used to own, used to own. The next one. A well-known actress and former model didn't used to have money problems. Is it correct or incorrect? And if incorrect, please write down the correct version. Okay, Bilima, very good. The next one. She would enjoy a successful career for many years. She would enjoy a successful career for many years. Is it correct or not? Enjoy it. It's just in a simple tense, past simple, sorry. The next one. Fortunately for her, after a legal process which used to last 18 months, this decision was overturned. Is it correct or incorrect? Incorrect. And which, write down the correct. Lasted. It's also in past simple. The sixth one, footballer Jamie Opponent would be the most expensive teenager in history. Would be incorrect. Okay. And which is correct, Marcus? Used to be. Used to be. The last one. But the troubled young star would often behave rebelliously. Is it correct or not? Correct. Okay, and the last exercise, and then we watch the video. Let's do it quickly. Complete the sentences with the correct form of the word in brackets. Don't change the order of the words. You can add up to 3 other words. The first one, Gary used want to be a vet. Please write down. Write your answers in chat box. Gary used want to be a vet. Gary used to want to be a vet. The next one. When you were younger, used have a favorite toy. It's a question, and that's why we should use auxiliary verb. Did, and then no, Lima. When you were younger, did you used to have a favorite toy? It's in past simple. The third one, years ago, people not used want to become celebrities as much as they do now. Didn't used to. Okay, the next one. He was such a lazy student that would do his homework 5 minutes before the class. He would do. The next one. Isn't that Ali? She used to be at your school. Isn't that Ali? She used to be at your school. Didn't she used to be at your school? It's a question. And the last one, my parents would let me stay late at weekends. My parents would let me stay up late at weekends. Please answer. Would let. Let's check, Bilima. Would let. Very good. And now, let's just a moment. Let's look at the video. Just a moment.
But I have felt cancer. I know that I can feel it. I can feel what is going to be in cancer and how I'm going to tackle it. And I've actually felt that how I will paralyze it and how I will cure it.
On the 19th of November 2000, in a rural Indian village at the foothills of the Himalayas, an operation was about to take place on an 8-year-old girl. But what was so extraordinary was that the surgeon carrying out the operation was 1 year younger than the patient.
In this book, the surgery is well defined and it contains 57 surgeries.
The girl had been badly burned as a toddler. Her hands had formed into permanent fists. Her fingers had fused together. As the girl's family were shepherds, they could not afford surgery. They turned for help to a young boy who had a reputation in the region for being a medical genius. In an hour-long operation, the boy successfully separated the girl's fingers, uncurling her hand for the first time in 5 years. The operation was a success, and the legend of Akrit Jaswal, child surgeon, child genius, was born. Akrit has been shown to have the highest IQ for any boy of his age in India, a country of more than 1 billion people. He has focused this phenomenal intelligence on medicine, and now, age 12, claims to be on the verge of discovering a cure for cancer. Brilliance has no one natural home. You never know where the next genius is going to come from, or predict what they're going to achieve. Akrit Jaswal comes from a sleepy village in a backwater of rural India. But Akrit's path has always been different. He was an early developer. He bypassed crawling, was walking and talking by the age of 10 months, and was reading Shakespeare in English by the age of 5.
For cancer, this is the world class and the world's best book for cancer studies. And for medical sciences, this is called the Bible of Medical Sciences. This is Gray's Anatomy by Henry Gray.
Akrit's bedroom is full of medical science books, presents given to him by a father who fueled his passion for medicine. Days spent in doctor's surgeries observing dozens of operations turned Akrit's passion into a burning ambition.
My basic aim is to remove all those screams, to remove the agony, to remove the pain from humans.
Akrit is to spend 2 weeks based at Imperial College London, having his intelligence tested and talking super mechanisms, genes and therapies with scientists at the cutting edge of cancer research.
Tell me a little bit about chemical gene therapy.
It's actually, to target genes specifically, and maybe use a rounded approach, some biochemical agents as well as genetic genotoxic agents. It's in oncoproteins also. You can target some DNA binding motifs, structural motifs with which they bind to the DNA and express their information in the cancer cells for cancer treatment.
Thank you. Have you got any more questions for him? I can't think of any. His scientific knowledge is very, very sharp. Very impressive. Very impressive. So I'd say that he's probably ahead of us in most of his scientific knowledge and his anatomy. At his age, whether the ethics of having someone who's not really into his teens treating patients and whether he can really comprehend problems with cancers such as the impact on someone's life.
I think he's a very bright boy. He's not lacking in imagination, is he?
He's certainly not lacking in either intelligence or imagination. He's obviously been precocious and revered in his own environment back in India. And nobody's really taken them and him under their wing.
There is some orthodox in the, in India, orthodox thinking that there are only divine powers and humans can't do anything.
So do you think faith plays an
Yeah.
important role linked with medicine?
Because they have more faith in a 12-year-old than a doctor. Not in a 12-year-old doctor, in a 12-year-old boy with divine powers, rather than maybe a 12-year-old doctor. That's the problem in India.
Yeah. What do you think about all that?
That's rubbish.
Akrit sees himself as a scientist, not a guru. It's important to him that his theories and thinking are objectively judged, not lost in spiritual wrapping.
So you're now interested in research because you think solutions to medical problems will come through research, and you've got some ideas yourself?
Yeah, I've got a lot of ideas. Actually, I've got millions of ideas, but I've also selected them few. Right now, I want to do is to develop a cure, just one single, the final cure, the genetic cure for cancer.
A mega cure.
Yeah, the genetic
let's
cure
hear
for
about
cancer.
this.
All right, let's hear some of the ideas about the genetic cure for cancer that you have.
It is based on the disintegration of DNA.